This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Boston Red Sox offense got going early in Friday's home opener against the St. Louis Cardinals. Are we ready to believe that this offense is going to put up plenty of runs? And are we also ready to believe that this team's offense is going to be fun to watch? It was not fun to watch Cooper Criswell in the ninth inning, but Aroldis Chapman out of the bullpen got a how about it game-ending 5-4-3 double play. Red Sox victorious against the Cardinals, have now won 3 in a row for the first time this season. With that, we welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, baseball play-by-play announcer, show host, spending time in the minors, calling games in Batavia, New York, Wilmington, Delaware, Staten Island, New York, and Aberdeen, Maryland. 6 college baseball regionals for the ESPN networks cover the inaugural World Baseball Classic in Tokyo, Japan, and Scottsdale, Arizona. USA baseball events in Cary, North Carolina, Houston, Texas, and Minneapolis. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we're going to discuss Trevor Story, Wilyer Abreu going back-to-back in the Sox 5-run first inning, the new Wally mask to celebrate home runs. Do you like it? I do. And yes, Aroldis Chapman had to come on in the ninth inning to bail out Cooper Criswell. You'll take the fact that Chapman able to get the game-ending double play and the Sox pick up the victory on opening day at Fenway. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation, watching live with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Hit that comment button. Join the conversation. Follow the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Follow me on the X at Lennox on Baseball. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app today. Create your account. Use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off on your first purchase. 13 runs, 16 hits. Everyone in the starting lineup except the number 9 hitter, Ceddanne Rafaela, with at least 1 hit. Yes, we're going to talk about the offense, but 13-9, giving up 9 runs total to the Cardinals, and
This is what you'll be talking about.
yeah, Aroldis Chapman having to come on for the top of the ninth inning, walked Luken Baker to load up the bases. Ivan Herrera, one of the best hitters right now in the Cardinals lineup, 3 home runs in 1 game already on the season. That was at home at Busch Stadium. Herrera came to the plate representing the tying run in that top of the ninth inning, but Trevor Story made a great play earlier in the inning. Red Sox defense sloppy behind Cooper Criswell in that ninth inning, but Chapman gets Herrera on a ground ball to third, and Story starts the 5-4-3 game-ending double play. So it's opening day. You want all the positives. And the positives started in the very first inning. Walker Buehler worked a 1-2-3 top of the first. Jarren Duran, a single and a stolen base, a walk to Rafael Devers, first and second. And how about Alex Bregman coming through? Double down the left field line, was down in the count 0-2, got it to 2-2, doubled, and that scored Jarren Duran. And if I told you in the Sox home opening victory against the Cardinals on Friday, Jarren Duran scored in the first inning, and it's the first run he has scored this season. That's true. You can look it up on baseballreference.com. I've been sort of tracking that, but Jarren Duran scored 111 runs for the Red Sox in 2024 in what was an outstanding season for Jarren Duran. I think he'll score 100 runs again this season, but he did not score a run, touch home plate in the first 7 games of the season. Now, Bregman, RBI double. Sox far from done. 2 batters later, bang. Trevor Story, 3-run home run. It's 4-0. Next batter, Wilyer Abreu. Story, Abreu, first Red Sox hitters this season to go back-to-back. Abreu, number 3 on the season, 5-0 against the Cardinals. And they took care. They went after Erick Fedde in that first inning and had great approach. Buehler didn't give up a run until the third. Red Sox got the run right back in the bottom half of the third inning. Campbell, 2-out walk, stole second, his first stolen base at the big league level, and he scored on a base hit, a 2-out single by Omar Narvaez. How about Omar Narvaez, the hitting catcher for the Red Sox? And the Red Sox got 2 runs in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and you were sort of breathing easy going to the top of the ninth. I thought maybe Brennan Bernardino was going to get the ninth inning through just 12 pitches, struck out the side in the eighth inning. No, Cooper Criswell gets the ninth. And a pop-up to short right field. Campbell went out on it. Heard footsteps from Wilyer Abreu. I thought Abreu maybe could have called it and been more aggressive as he was coming in on the ball. That's a tough one for a second baseman. Campbell's going to learn that at Fenway Park. And then Campbell also had an error in the inning. So did Alex Bregman. But push the negative to the side, and the Red Sox 13 runs, 16 hits, scoring first against the opponent for the third straight game. 10 or more hits, season high 16 hits total. But 10 or more hits for the third straight game. 3 straight wins for the Red Sox. And a lot to feel good about with this team right now. Now, Walker Buehler, you want to see more than 5. And every time St. Louis kind of got back into it, Red Sox just added on runs. Hey, if you're with us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, hit that comment button and join the conversation. Lots to like about the victory. That's what we're celebrating here on our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast because it's a win. You win on opening day. And by the way, first Nesson reference, Dave O'Brien, Lou Merloni, and they were alluding to it. Remember last year, great road trip to open up the season, then came home and just didn't go well. Was awful. Never above 500 at any point in time in 2024 at Fenway Park. The win on opening day against the Cardinals Friday afternoon snapped a 4-game losing streak in home openers at Fenway Park. That'll be part of numbers of the night as we'll expand on that coming up. Redeem Med. Now, that's the Red Sox offense we expected. Yeah, and we're going to get it over the course of 162. Now, are they going to go into a funk collectively the way they sort of opened up the season? Certainly possible. One more from Redeem Med. Sloppy ninth, yes. Had me nervous. But Redeem Med said, had me nervous, can't lie. Yeah, Chapman did not start the top of the ninth inning thinking that he was going to be brought into the ballgame. Walked the leadoff hitter and loaded up the bases with 1 out, but got the double play to end the ballgame. And Chapman does get credit for a save because he came into the game with a tying run in the on-deck circle in the top of the ninth inning. Shooting smoke. Red Sox win. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Just a dude. Dude, good victory. I'm happy they won. But the errors worry me. You know what? It did get a little sloppy. And it seemed like the game just sort of slogged along. And one thing that I like about taking the series opener, now, yes, you use the bullpen for 4 innings. And you use the bullpen on Thursday in Baltimore when Howe could not go 5 innings. He went 4+. So you've used the bullpen a lot, but you haven't overextended guys right now. St. Louis, on the other side, you're kind of set up to go after their bullpen the rest of the series. You got deep into their bullpen. Matz, I don't think you see again in the series. He went 3. He's going to be their long man right now. Matt's, a big league starter, and he's probably going to be that guy if they need somebody in the rotation. He's going to be stretched out for 3 innings, but I don't think you see him Saturday or Sunday. But again, opening day at Fenway, the pregame ceremony, exactly what you thought it was going to be. It was outstanding. But with the pregame, anticipation, the build up to first pitch, all those things, it makes for a really long day. Remember, they got to Boston after the game on Thursday. And a lot of teams had that, there's no built-in off day for the Red Sox. They weren't going to have the home opener on a Saturday. So Friday, you get right back at it on Saturday. But Walker Buehler, I wanted more in start number 2. And just like with Howe, I'm curious to see how he responds in start number 3. You don't want these guys only going 5 innings and giving up 4 or 5 runs. They're better than that. You can talk about all the additions during the offseason for the Red Sox, and Buehler was one of the top ones. Bregman, Chapman, Wilson. Buehler right there. You're paying him as a starting pitcher. And again, it's early, but the first 2 for Houck and Buehler, you've got to have more. Redeem Med, still not sold on Buehler. With his injury history, I tend to agree and tend to go in that direction. Simply because he could break down. But you have insurance. This year you have something you did not have last year, and that's pitching depth. And to me, pitching depth is a myth. It doesn't actually exist. But you've got Giolito and Bello. Probably, I would say, I haven't seen anything written about it, but they both pitched, I think, 2 1/3 innings this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, for AAA Worcester. I would imagine they've got at least 2 more starts in the minors before they get to the big league level. But, you look at Fitz and Newcomb, who go the next 2 days. Fitz, first time through the rotation. Best performance through the first 5 games. And then Gary Crochet on Wednesday ends the losing streak and tosses 8 scoreless. He was outstanding. But I want to see Fitz again. And Saturday's going to be one where the game starts, I think, first pitch 4:05. That's going to be tough. You saw it later in the day as those shadows creep. And tomorrow may not be the best weather day. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Red Sox do. Again, it's an interleague opponent, so how do you get that game back on the schedule? I don't think you would play 2 on Sunday because Sunday, 7 o'clock first pitch, ESPN broadcast for what is scheduled as the series finale. But Walker Buehler, Redeemed, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, is he going to last the entire season in the starting rotation? You wonder. But every time the Cardinals had a run in an inning, Red Sox kind of came right back. They got 3 in the 4th off Buehler, 1 more in the 5th, and they tacked on 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Red Sox lineup, I touched on it, 16 hits total. Devers, 2 hits, scoring his first run of the season, had a stolen base. Or Duran, pardon me, at the top. Then Devers, 2 base hits. Bregman, 2 base hits. A run batted in with the double. He scored 2 runs. Casas, great to see. Couple of base hits, 2 runs scored. Story, the 2 hits, the 3-run home run. Wilyer Abreu hitting 500. How about that average? 3 hits for Abreu, the home run, and just going up there and having quality at bats. Campbell base hit on base 3 times with a couple of walks as well. Narvaez 2 hits, 2 RBIs. I touched on that. Had the RBI double with 2 outs in the 9th inning, and they needed those runs to sort of feel, okay, it's dicey here, but, they got out of it. They got the 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning to extend the lead. And they did that multiple times during the course of the game. That's another glass half full. We're going to take the positive view here for the Red Sox victory on opening day. Shooting smoke. Campbell made a couple of mistakes, and Criswell panicked. Yeah, I think Criswell sort of let it affect him a little bit. You got to take that so what, what's next mentality with that. And you need to get out of the inning. Now, he got ground balls. Got a couple of RBI singles to back up through the middle that got through. But Campbell, yeah, on that ball that could have been 2 up the middle, he's thinking about it. Let's get a double play here. Or a Story was around the bag at second. And in that situation, it goes back a long time. Doesn't matter about present-day analytics at all. Ground ball like that, you've got to make sure of one. Booted it, couldn't regroup, couldn't get the out at second base. But again, lots to like. Numbers of the day as the Red Sox win their home opener at Fenway Park. They've now won 3 in a row. Again, 13 runs and 16 base hits in the victory for the Red Sox over the St. Louis Cardinals, who have gotten off to a good start to the season so far. That's all coming up next. Steve Lennox with you, Locked On Red Sox Postcast. And we are presented by Supply House. Hey, get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you are in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you're going to find exactly what you need, delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always have the ability to talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, well, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every single order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off on your first order. Again, that's promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Sox have won 3 in a row. Take the home opener with 13 runs and 16 base hits against the Cardinals. And again, the Locked On Red Sox postcast also brought to you by Game Time. No better chance right now, and there's really nothing better. I wish I was at Fenway on Friday with everything going on opening day, but there's no better thing right now. There's nothing better than catching up with a Major League Baseball game live at the Yard. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the smell of the ballpark food. And if you're looking to go last minute, Game Time makes getting tickets easier than ever. With the last-minute deals, all-in pricing, and the lowest price guarantee, Game Time is able to take the stress out of buying MLB tickets. Plus, ticket price drops as the games get closer to first pitch, meaning you can now score your incredible deal. Game Time is the official ticket partner of Locked On, and the Red Sox, hey, they continue their homestand, first of the season at Fenway, and you can count on them to help grab tickets that meet your needs. Spontaneous game night? Well, you can grab your last-minute tickets for a game, and Game Time has unbeatable prices, which mean more money for food and merch. The Game Time pick feature, well, with that, it makes finding the best deals effortless. It filters out the fluff and highlights the top discounts in the ballpark. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off on your first purchase. Terms to apply. Again, create your account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices are guaranteed. So the Red Sox do pick up the victory against the St. Louis Cardinals. Game 2, Richard Fitz on the mound against right-hander Andre Palant on Saturday. And then Sean Newcomb scheduled to go in the finale for the Red Sox on Sunday. That will be ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Enjoy ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. I still think they come to an agreement. Kind of could be looking at the end of a real tradition over the last couple of decades with baseball, Major League Baseball, and ESPN as well. Hey, let's get into this one. Because in the first inning, and I want to hear from you, what'd you think of the Wally mask? That was under wraps. I liked it. Of course, I'm older. So, of course, as soon as I saw it, Story hits the home run. Didn't have it long because Wilyer Abreu, boom, home run back-to-back in the first inning, 5-0 Red Sox against Fedde and the Cardinals. But as soon as Abreu, you're kind of taking it in as to, okay, what's going on here? No more shopping cart. That's been gone. But, okay, there's a Wally mask. Okay. But as Abreu got to the steps of the dugout, I'm thinking, again, it's not something, the younger generation might think about, but it's like, please don't ever slip on a dugout step and get hurt and go on the injured list with the Wally mask. There's enough of an opening there where you can see, and you do have to be careful. But yes, that entered my mind. What did you think of the Wally mask? Back to your comments with us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Hit us up as the Sox pick up the victory. Just a dude. I like that handle. Shooting smoke. Glad you're with us. Really like Narvaez from Shooting Smoke. Yeah. Remember when he made his first start, it was Dave O'Brien on the Nesson broadcast saying, Omar Narvaez, great defensive catcher, meaning there's not a lot of in the bat. And Dave O'Brien mentioned it when he had the double in the 9th inning that added on to the lead for the Red Sox. That was his first big league extra base hit. RBI double in the 8th inning, made it 13-6, 13-9 the final. Narvaez is going to do a nice job behind the plate. And Shooting Smoke, I appreciate bringing that up. Now, starting back-to-back games, started Thursday, started Friday. And it was online somewhere where Alex Cora pregame said, no, Connor Wong gets the next 2 games. But they wanted Narvaez, I believe, second straight game catching for Walker Buehler. So they're trying to kind of come together. What they did in spring training, I don't know. But Narvaez, any offense that he gives you is sort of just an added bonus or gravy. But yeah, it's great to see him, making a contribution. And I think he was a great pickup. They are absolutely much improved from last year with the backup catching situation. Nothing to take away from Reese McGuire, who was that guy for a while. and any other catchers they had to back up. You know, they made the trade with the Blue Jays. That didn't necessarily work out at the trade deadline. Redeem Ed, really like how the Sox are stealing bases this year. Yeah, and a lot of guys in the lineup, they get on base and they can go. And Jared Duran in that first inning, it used to be, you know, you don't steal a base with someone like Devers up there. Devers maybe had to be told, or, you know, just accepts, hey, you get in a scoring position, that's going to be an RBI opportunity for me. But Duran took off, stole the bag, and great to see. Christian Campbell also had his first at the big league level. A lot of first still for Christian Campbell. Shooting smoke. I like the way the Wally mask won better than the MLB. Wait, I like the Wally mask, one of the better MLB mascots. Yeah, Wally, Tessie, great mascots for the Red Sox. But the mask broken out, hey, you got to have fun. It's a long season. And they kept that under wraps. Apparently, it's not going to travel. Maybe it will travel for the next one, but they unveiled it at Fenway Park on Friday. Went through the lineup. And just, again, with the pitchers, Buehler, 5 innings, 5 earned runs. Does pick up his first victory with the Red Sox. Weissert, scoreless inning. Kelly gave up a run in his 1 inning. Bernardino struck out the side and did a terrific job in that 8th inning. And again, I thought he was going to get the 9th. But it got dicey in the 9th inning, and this was...
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Yeah, it was the game-ending double play that Chapman got on Herrera. They made it interesting in that 9th inning. Cardinals can hit. I think this series very well could be, you know, high scoring in each of the 3 games. You've got Fitz and Newcomb the next 2. Newcomb, Massachusetts kid, Red Sox, first year in the organization for a team he grew up with, and he's pitching on Sunday in the series finale. And it is a big deal pitching on, you know, Sunday Night Baseball. You're the only game on at that point in time. So, you know, friends, family, hopefully that's all taken care of already. He doesn't have to worry about that Sunday or Saturday. Certainly not going to worry about it on Sunday. But he's got a little bit more time to think about his start coming for the Red Sox on Sunday. Before we get out of here, numbers of the night. Red Sox celebrating what was their 114th home opener at Fenway Park. Red Sox, I mentioned, snapping a 4-game losing streak in home openers with the victory against the Cardinals on Thursday. Now 12, or what are they? Red Sox 12, or the victory. Red Sox are now 64-50 all-time on opening day at Fenway Park. There's some useless baseball information that's part of numbers of the day, numbers of the night. That's what we give you here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. But now 64-50 all-time on opening day at Fenway. 14-7 in their last 21 home openers going back to 2005. But again, they had lost their previous 4. So that's still a very good record in home openers. Sox win it. And it was a fun day. 5 runs in the first inning. Go from there. Don't worry about Cooper Criswell. Don't worry about that 9th inning. And overall, the defense is much improved. Couple of errors in that 9th inning. But the bullpen's improved. The defense is improved. There's a lot to like going forward with the Red Sox. Very, very excited to see Richard Fitz pitch for the second time in a starting role on Saturday as the Red Sox try to clinch the series and win their 4th in a row overall. They're going to face Miles Mikolas on Sunday in the finale when he goes up against lefty Sean Newcomb. That is going to do it for us. We'll be on board with you again with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast within minutes of the final out on Saturday. Also want to remind you real quick, busy Friday. Locked On Celtics postcast later on, part of Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. And on Thursday with Locked On Sports, we debuted the brand new Locked On MLB Game Day show. We're going to be on within minutes of the last out of the final game of the night, and that will take place probably in the early 1 a.m. Eastern hour as we get this thing going and ramped up. I'll be on board with Lindsey Crosby for a second straight night of Locked On MLB Game Night, and you can find that on the Locked On MLB YouTube channel as well. As always, we encourage you to share us. Don't keep us a secret. Let your friends know about us. With the podcast, please hit the 5 out of 5 wherever you get your podcasts, whether Spotify or Amazon or wherever you get it. Locked On Red Sox, number 1 place to hang out immediately after every game throughout the 2025 Major League Baseball season. Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, every single day.